Data is a form of representation of ourselves, our relationships, our lives, our reality. Like any representation, it is incomplete, imperfect, subject to interpretation.
Donor 5297 tells us his aspirations.
The Surrogate Project began with a desire to serve as a surrogate. During the pregnancy, the parents would have an app I made that provides 24/7 access to all my biodata and an interface to control me. So in essence, they could have complete control over my body in which their baby is growing. As Roe v. Wade is overturned and gene editing opens entirely new reproductive futures, this project asks, how much control should we have over a birthing person's body and over a life before it begins?
I define data as the things that a group cares about and can measure. Data doesn't just exist out in the world. It has to be constructed. It has to be collected. Often you'll have a group who creates and collects data. Then you'll have a group whose information makes up what has been collected. That is the relationship data emerges out of, and it's one that is marked by shifting power dynamics. In these networks in our skin, a group of 4 women are reinserting themselves into the infrastructure of technology and the internet. They're insisting that the cables that data travels through should be laced with their own values and presences. In doing so, they highlight the fact that the data that we collect and the technology we create is already laced with cultural values. The question is just which ones?
There's a common myth that data is mined, like coal or oil, but that's not right. Data isn't mined. It's made.
What we really need is a new kind of word.
Lawyer.
But what kind of word?
Engineers.
A word we can use to wake up a computer.
A wake word is a way of providing natural language commands to a device without resorting to supplemental, non-natural language input.
Afterwords is about how we speak to and perform for machine listening systems, and about what's happening to language as a result.
Click, scroll, click, scroll.
Data is an abstraction, a way of understanding and shaping the world.
When you browse the web, your activity is recorded and schematized. This activity might include your mouse scrolls and hovers, the amount of time you stay on a website, and of course, every time you click on an ad.
Click, scroll.
Engagement data is used to shape and curate the media we see online. And this is what we're exploring. The bots attempt to synthesize human-like data in order to amplify climate reporting.
Click, scroll.
In the work that I'm showing here, I'm interested in the metadata, data that provides information about other data, but not the content of the data. The 3 works pay attention to the timestamps. It is an important information in the piece to compute the visible time of a censored tweet, when the tweet was posted and when it was erased. This metadata contributes to the poetic and aesthetic representation of the piece, visualizing the invisible in a poetic way.
In our age of big data and surveillance capitalism, information is often presented as an unwavering and incontestable truth. And this translation into information has political, social, and cultural dimensions to it. In my artwork, Metric Mysticism, A Troll's Tale, I suggest that the crystal ball has become popular in the tech industry for turning data into information.
Crystal balls have been known to burn down entire buildings. if sunlight penetrates its transparent surface just right.
When tech companies start to imagine that they are wizards looking into crystal balls to predict the future, what agencies do mere mortals seemingly lose? Us humans have a right to fight for data's informatic shapes to be equitable and just.